So for a project I'm making some fake blood. We could have bought some, but instead we've decided to make it ourselves because it's much more economical than obviously buying it, as we're using quite a bit. So what you'll need is potato starch or corn flour, red poster paint, preferably for kids so it's non-toxic, coffee granules. I've got Kenko, but you can use any. Kettle with obviously boiling water, and a bowl or any container and something to mix with. So I have a little plastic fork. So first off, you're going to add potato starch into the bowl, however much you really need. So I've just put in maybe half the bowl. You're going to need some paint. Now you're going to need a lot less paint than what you may think, so I'm going to put about that much in. Yeah, that will happen. It will fall all over the place. Then we'll put in some coffee, but you don't need very much coffee. Maybe a quarter of the coffee cap. So pop that in as well, like that. And then just add a bit of cold water, because I'm doing it in a plastic bowl. But if you're doing it in a aluminium or china or whatever, you probably won't need to add, just in case it melts it. Then you want your boiling water so that it melts the coffee. You just have to mix it together. Oh look, I don't know if you can see, but it looks vile. So what I've done at the minute is I put far too much water. But it's fine, because you literally just add more paint, more starch. It's like when you're making icing sugar, really. Like, you can literally rescue it by just adding a bit more. We want it to be quite watery anyway, because we're going to make squibs with it. But again, like, as I said, the more starch you add, the thicker it will become. So if you're going to make some in bulk, you can make loads and you can make it really watery. And you can add some starch at a later time when it's ready for use. So I'm just mixing it. As you can see, it's quite thin in a minute. It's best to use a fork, I'd say, because you get chunks like that. And then with a fork you can really like dig into them and get them all mixed up. So we ended up, I'm going to add a little bit more coffee and a tiny little bit more starch, not too much. Mix it around. And then I have a container with some blood that I made earlier. Now left, it will go quite gloopy. You can see the consistency there. It'll be perfect. It's what I need. Then I'm just going to mix the rest in together so it all stays one colour. And then you can see overall that you've got a big box of blood there that you can use at any point. It doesn't have to be refrigerated or anything. It can literally just be left, as there's nothing in there that will go like stale or anything in the time that you'd need it. But I'd recommend making it maybe a week before and keeping it for about a week, because I'm not totally sure about how long you can keep it. So yeah, so literally it took about 3 minutes to make that, and now we have full box. If you get any coffee granules that didn't melt or whatever, just add hot water, like boiling point water.